Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my little basement studio greenhouse. Today we're going to transplant some of these little plants that we planted. These are my monster tomatoes. Oh, they're dripping. Let me grab a different one. These are solar flare, one of my favorites. And I watered them this morning, so they're kind of drippy, but see how big these have gotten. Well, we can't leave all those plants together like that in one container. So we're going to separate them out and put them in, I'm going to get a tray here so we can work over a tray. Separate them out and put them in individual pots. And once you do that, they will actually take off like crazy. Let me show you one that I have done. Look how that little guy has gotten so big. I mean, he's got like on his third set of leaves. So, yeah, this is what you need to do once you get them sprouted up like this. And I have got a whole lot that need done. So, I've got so many. I've got peppers too, and I planted those first. But my tomatoes just grow faster than the peppers do. So, I have some of my trusty little potting soil here. And we're going to take these and gently pull apart the roots. Okay, they all look tangled up, but if you just gently pull, they will untangle themselves, and it does not hurt the plant. These will look great. I don't know how many solar flare I want to grow this year. I probably have more here than, but I'm going to take the best ones, the biggest and best, and put those in a pot. So I've got some soil in here. And I will just put some more around it, and tamp it down like that. And there we have our individual little tomato. And I haven't prepared my stakes that say what it is. Always label your plants because you'll forget what they are. So I'm going to do that and put them out here while I'm waiting on, well, until I get my little stakes made. Sorry. My mind's going so many different places because I have so many plants to transplant today. So these are all solar flare. This doesn't really take very long. It's something I'll come and do a few so it doesn't hurt my back, and then go do something else for a little bit and then come back to it. But I'm always excited about this time of year because once you do this, these plants will take off like crazy. And once you put them in their own individual little cups, I mean, you will be able to tell within just like 3 or 4 days. They just grow exponentially. So what are you all growing? How are you doing? Are you, what have you started? I've got peppers and tomatoes started, and I really need to get some flowers going. I want to grow some of my own flowers from seed this year, which I always do some, but I really want to try to grow a few more this year than normal. And so we'll do a video on flowers too. There's so many wonderful things. Just like varieties of tomatoes. If you didn't catch my video on sunchokes or Jerusalem artichokes yesterday, you might want to catch that. As I stated in that video, so many of you reached out and wanted to know about things you could grow for a food forest. And Jerusalem artichokes, or otherwise aka sunchokes, are a really good thing for that. So check that video out if you haven't already. And if you haven't joined my garden club, I'll put the link down at the bottom, and catch me over on that side too, because there's a lot going on over there. And we kind of meet up in that area and talk about what's going on and what people are growing, and that's always a fun thing to do. Find out people from other countries, what they're growing, what grows here, what works there. And if you have any, things that you're having problems with, whatever, you'll find your answers there. So, okay, we've got 6 of these solar flare tomatoes ready. and I will tag those now and mark them, and then I'll go on to the next one. Some of these I've got so many that come up. These are from the sliced tomatoes last year that I sliced and put in, just put the slices and covered them with dirt and let them dry. And they actually, I put them in my dark, cold pantry. Never water them till the spring. I bring them out and water them. I don't know, there's probably 100 plants in there, so that's a really inexpensive way to start your tomatoes. So anyway, I have, oh, my little pen isn't writing. This is no fun. I know that I have another one up here somewhere. Sorry about that. I've been working on my little studio down here to try to make it a better place, better lighting, an easier place on your eyes for watching my videos. So let me know if you like it better. I'm always trying to make it a little better. Hopefully I can get some color down here too. So these little plant tags that I use, I get from Amazon, but they're so handy. They're not very expensive. I don't remember how much these were, but they weren't very much. And you get lots of these. And use a Sharpie on them, and they'll last for a long time. So I am going to just continue marking these. Always mark each plant, because when you start taking them out, everything's going to get mixed up. And my little brain can't keep track of it. I'm sure your little brain's better, but I can't keep track of it. So anyway, all right. Start pulling your little tomatoes apart, and let me know what else you want to grow. Did you get your greens planted? We talked about greens. I have arugula, and I have like at least 20 kinds of lettuces. And this is the time to get them in the ground. And if you want to grow brassicas, which are your cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, those cold weather things, it's time to get those in as well. So, okay, and when you're doing this, always be sure if you have any plants that you don't use, get them out of there so you don't label something wrong and when you put your next one in. So let's work on these guys now. Look at all these. Isn't that crazy? All right, so this made me think of something. I was planting this and I didn't have it deep enough. So I want to talk to you about how deep to plant your tomatoes. See all the little hairs on the stem of a tomato? Each one of those will turn into a root, which will make for a really sturdy plant. So just put a little dirt in the bottom if your plant is tall, because you don't want to end up with a tall, lanky plant. So then just go ahead and put it deep into the pot. It'll be okay, and it actually likes it because it's going to grow roots out of each one of those little hairs. And that is how quick you can transplant your tomatoes. So, if you guys have grown them from seed, if you're not, hang with me because we're going to take a trip to a nursery, but not yet because it's way too early in the season to buy tomato plants that'll be bigger. And we'll just leave them in the little greenhouses in the nursery until it's time to plant. So anyway, thanks for joining me. Check out my link for my garden club and go transplant yourself some tomatoes.